Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, smaller card. We only get 8 games in the MLB, 2 in the NHL, 2 in the NBA. So we get kind of like a exhale type of day. Only 12 games on the card compared to usually we get at least 15 baseball and then add on to that. So definitely going to be a shorter show today, which probably means an hour and a half. But with that being said, a quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday was a profitable day. Any day in the black is a good day, I guess. But like it was up 0.75 units, so it was barely in the black. MLB for me went 6-4, up 1.95 units. Mets and Nationals over 7.5 was a winner. We won't talk about the actual game itself. I'm just going to say the over 7.5 won. Twins -1 was as easy as it gets. They win 5-0. First 5 over 4 with the Orioles lose by a run because they did nothing. But the first 5 run line for the Tigers came through. I kind of hedged myself off of that because I thought the only way that first 5 over loses is if the Orioles score runs or if the Orioles don't score runs and the Tigers shut them down because I knew the Tigers were going to score runs. So the first 5 run line was a winner there. And the Cardinal Brewer over 7.5 wins by half a run. If I would have played the 8, it would have been a push. So that was nice there. Double up loser on the Pirates, first 5 in full game. I got excited. They scored 2 runs in the first inning. I'm like, ooh, here we go. And then the Dodgers immediately tied it up and took the lead. And they scored 4 in the bottom of the first, tacked on in the bottom of the second, tacked on in the 5th, tacked on in the 6th, and that was it. So that was frustrating there. The Braves' first 5 was a loser. But then one of my favorite spots on the card yesterday, the Tampa Bay Rays fading Randy Vasquez or looking at Randy Vasquez regression comes through. Team total over 2.5 plus 115 winner. First 5 money line as well for the Rays was a winner. They end up winning the game 4-2. So if you played the full game team total over, you didn't get there. You had to play the first 5 team total over to win there. So that was nice to see. So overall profitable day in baseball. In the NBA was 1-1-1 for me. I took the Pistons at -130, which was a loser. I pushed with the Lakers +3, and then I won with the Pacers +5. So now that series is 3-1 Pistons heading back to Indiana, looking to finish out that series there. In the NHL was a 1-2-2 day. Got to start off with a really nice one there. Play Gloria. St. Louis Blues win 5-1 over the Winnipeg Jets. They head back to Winnipeg with that series tied 2-2. That could be a very home-dominated series. And then lost with the Devils +150. Lost with the Canadiens -105. That was very frustrating because they had a lead late, and then they gave it up, and then they lost. And then the Oilers -1. What a comeback that was for the Edmonton Oilers as they win in overtime there to tie up the series and head back to LA, tied 2-2. So I played those 5 series. I played those 5 teams to down 2-0, and 2 of them have now tied up the series. If I can get the Blues, that'll pay for everything. If I can get the Oilers on top of the Blues, that'll be a really nice profit there for those quarter unit shots that I took on what was it? New Jersey. It was Ottawa. It was New Jersey, Ottawa, Edmonton, St. Louis, and Montreal. So 2 of them are tied 2-2. Love to see that. Hopefully we get one or both to win the series outright. But overall, profitable day yesterday for me.
Yeah, it was a down day, and I look at it and we got hooked on 2. And that kind of it could have been an up 2 unit day instead of a down 2 unit day. Pistons -2. I figured, hey, they would tie up the series and go back to New York. Nope, that was not the case. That series is over. The Knicks will end up winning Game 5, and I'm not going to even care because they'll end up getting blown out by the Celtics. T-Wolves -2.5 was never in doubt. That was an easy winner. LeBron, or sorry, should I say LeChoke? What a bum. They fall apart in that game. I believe it was 36-19 in the fourth quarter for the Timberwolves to come back. One of the more frustrating ones, the Magic and the Celtics were tied at like 91 with 3 minutes to go or something like that. The Magic ended up losing by 9, did not cover that 7.5. So that was kind of disappointing because I really thought I had a shot to hit that one. Pacers, blowout. So that was a nice winner. 1-2 in baseball, Rays winner. The over in the Orioles game got hooked. It is what it is. And then Atlanta, we loser, but it's always a good day when the Braves lose. And then you went 1-2-1 in hockey. You had the Blues pushed with the Oilers -1. Loser, both plus money with Canadians and Devils. Ended up being a down 2.21 unit day. But hey, we'll bounce back today. I will say college baseball, I added 2 futures to my card. I took 2 tickets for national championships to add to. So I already had preseason Arkansas at 10-1. They're currently sitting at 400. So that's a nice one. I have Wake Forest at 25-1. They're now at 80-1. So whatever. I have Vanderbilt at 35-1. They're now down to 30-1. We won't talk about ECU. I have added UC Irvine at 50-1, and I have added NC State at 100-1. I look at it with NC State; they're most likely going to host a regional, and maybe even if they have a big run in the ACC tournament, could be one of the top 8 national seeds still. So definitely could get a lot out of the NC State Wolfpack. And at 100-1, I definitely think there's value there. And I think if any non-group of 5 school makes Omaha, it's going to be UC Irvine. I took them at 50-1, so I have a small school to root for. But let's see how that rolls. Let's go say hi to the chat. Nick is gone for some reason, but let's do it. We need an MLB recap. Big day, last minute, comeback is alive. Unfortunately, I think you were the only one that put in anything. Which Nick is actually very disappointed in all of you guys. Seeing that Coyote and Nick were the only people to put in plays yesterday. Everybody wanted a contest. Nobody wants to do the contest. So do you guys want one or not? We'll see. I did 2 MLB plays. Woo, LOL, short NHL cards. So I got you. Why is your picture Tom? Here is the link for the contest. Join it. Ant-Man up 3-1. Bang, bang, bang. Legendary shit. Or hear me out. The Lakers aren't as good as people think they are. Oh, doubles and RBI props have been great. There you go. Go Habs. Morning, Tim. Morning, Nick. How are you guys doing? How are you all this weekend? Doing good. Doing good. Because Robert. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavonowski, Hudson, Demikov are all possible or fucking gross at hockey. The future of the NHL, and they're all younger than us. There you go.
I want one thing will say they won't win in the playoffs this year, but I promise you, if you guys will look in, what would it be, 6 months, 5-6 months when the NHL season's about to get started and I'm putting out my futures play, I'll tell you one. I'm going to give a little spoiler here now. One of my futures for next season will be the Montreal Canadiens to win the Stanley Cup. That core is only going to get better. This is they have to lose to win in order type of situation here where they lost or they're going to lose in the playoffs this year. It's going to be a learning experience for them. Martin St. Louis is going to have another year under his belt coaching, and this really young and exciting team is only going to be developing even better. So, yes, that will be one of my futures next year, Montreal Canadiens Stanley Cup.
There you go. Do not threat. The baseball baller has arrived.
Yes.
Where are you in the contest, though? Timo Meyer runs full speed into my goalie, Frederick Anderson, and no penalty.
Maybe because Svechnikov pushed him.
There you go.
That could have been a hook against Svechnikov, honestly.
When are pretty Astros? I don't know. The Kings, bro, you got to win. Yeah, you got to win that game. I think that's probably the turning point in the series. Kings probably lose the series now. Rangers not able to hold hold the lead first 2 games in a row. Avoid my big tickets. Have to bet against them today. Stop Geo cashed out of my Sens 4-3 series through. They offered me double. Wow. Buenos Dias. The offer. I got you. Le choke or Le flop. He's cool with either. Le Bomb. He's 40 plus. Remember what Jordan was? I really don't care what Jordan was doing. It has nothing to do with today. Went 5-1-1. Ant-Man, I tried to tell you everyone. He's okay. O's first 5 over is officially over.
I think today's a good spot for it, though. When you look at the offenses that we have and we look at the pitchers here, I think that I would be betting this over some way, shape, or form without blindly betting it. So we'll see.
Fair enough. Brew Crew with Quintana. Yes, I like the Brew Crew today. Yes, I do like the Brew Crew.
Oh no, he was on. He pitched yesterday.
Oh, that's right. I had the Brewers yesterday.
I had the over.
Should I go to the White Sox game? Sure. People go up and down. People go down and give up. It is unfortunate. I just wish more people would actually, care. Because we go and we offer it and we think it's a great thing, and then nobody wants to do it. That's the problem. Even though betting is not steady. Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Do we have that clip? Nope. We don't have any clips right now. Nick, you better not bet the Suns tomorrow. Sharks playoff, most definitely. No, Sabres playoffs.
Ooh, Sharks playoffs? I still think they're 2 years away. That's a fun young core, but they're about 2 years behind the Canadiens.
Ducks are the playoff team.
Ooh.
Recap MLB if you have it.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep. Grading was very easy for yesterday's card because nobody else put in plays. Guys, I
mentioned that already.
I refreshed my page 3 times. I'm like, there's no way only one person put in plays. I'm back in the front. I'm back in the lead after a 2-unit day yesterday. Craig Woods in second. Lex Steele's in third. I'm surprised they haven't put in place the last couple days. Coyne is 7-1. He hasn't put in place the last few days. So is Neal. So is Drewski. There's Coyote at 3. We have people in the positives who can compete. I don't know what we're saying that people give up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people within 10 units. With what 3 days left with the 28th, 29th, 30th. 3 days left in the contest, and we have what did I say? 8 people within 10 units. Come on, people! How are we giving up? This is a close race. There's your standings.
There's your standings. Let's get it on. I come every day. I join the contest. Yeah, at least there's one person that does. It's because that's who he gets compared to. There you go. What's up, fellas? What's up? Darn. We are all waiting for the first to restart.
I hope.
That's fair, but at the same time, come on.
At the same time, here's the thing. If you put it, I'm going to have, now I don't think there's going to be rewards for this at all, but I'm going to have a full standings page for the entire year, for the entire baseball season, to see who was the best full season capper. And if you're not putting in plays late in the month just because you're out of it, do you want to compete for the? And there's no reward for it, but
hey, you know what? Maybe we could offer a T-shirt for anybody who for the best all year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah.
Well, contest is almost over. For the first month. The first month it is. Imagine the Nuggets winning the series. No, it's over. Tim, any thoughts for Bronco and G's for this? No. Fuck. Yes. Nick winning the ESP t-shirt. You guys are the most dedicated in the game. How has this show been going on?
We're coming up on 4 years in November.
Yep. We need a stop the fish fade. I'll join the contest in May, so y'all stop crying. We're not really crying. We just want, people want the contest, and then people don't enter the contest. It just doesn't make sense.
Or they enter for 3 picks and give up.
I took the Astros over. There you go. What was my record yesterday? Been here for 3 years. Did another one. Should we head? We're doing the MLB first.
Yeah, it's only 8 games.
Okay.
Unless you want to do the NBA first. Are you time constraint?
I work today.
All right, then let's do the NBA first. Let me move that up. We'll start with that one there. I'll let you introduce the game and everything like that, so I can switch over to the NBA for all my stuff because I have baseball up right now. So go ahead, break down this game, and I'll be ready in 2 minutes.
Okay, this series is over. This is a series that's done. If the Heat wanted to have a shot, they needed to take last game. They did not. And I think they're kind of done at this point. I honestly didn't think they were going to do anything to begin with. This is just not a good Heat team. Not the same as when they were the 8th seed that made the finals. This is a totally different Heat team. And the big thing with it is, I did a free pick video, so I'm not going to lay 8.5 points. I don't feel the need to lay 8.5 points. I'm going to take the under. And I can get 211. I think the Heat score maybe 90 points. I think this is kind of a Heat give up type of game. And we just see this one finish, 98-87 or something like that. I think it's an ugly, ugly game. Cavaliers maybe cover. But the big thing in this one, I think the Heat are done. I think they give up.
I mean that's what it feels like, right?
That's what it feels like.
That's probably what the public is going to look at too, right? It's not opened up at a 9; it's down to an 8.5.
Well, let's be real. I'm not taking the Cavs. I'm taking the under.
That's fair. And then we have this line opened up at a 210.5. It's now 211.5. So we have a 1 point line movement towards the over. 90% of tickets and 92% of cash on the over. 68% of tickets and 59% of the cash is on the Cavaliers. Yet this line's moved a half point towards the Heat. Now, I backed the Heat in game 2 and game 3. They covered in game 2. They did not in game 3. And you know what the toughest game in a series to win is, Tim?
The one to sweep.
The fourth one. The fourth one is always the hardest. And I think we're going to get at least a scrappy effort from the Miami Heat in this game. And that's exactly what the markets are indicating as well. On FanDuel, I'm getting a 9 at -118. I think that's worth a stab at this one here. Everywhere else is an 8. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 9 here on FanDuel, not Miami +9, -108. Taking a shot with them here in this game. I feel like this is one of those spots where they will at least give it a fight. They're not going to just go down with a whimper. I'm going to be on the Heat plus the points in this game. I don't think they win, but I think they cover.
That's fair. I think the next game is going to be more fun to watch if you're going to watch a game.
Of course.
How about a weekend contest instead of a month contest?
Yeah. Here's the thing: is we don't. I'm not trying to give away 5 prizes a month though. Like that's a lot to cover in a month, especially with how little we make from this channel. It's something to. It's supposed to. The contests are something that are supposed to be fun to give back to the community a little bit. The only thing is we can't give that much back because we don't make that much. Like unfortunately, it's just our profit margins for this channel are basically none. So it's just money out of our own pockets, which sometimes I and if we're gonna have the same 8 people doing it, I'm not gonna give T-shirts to the same 4 people, 5 people, 6 people who win every weekend. So in concept, it's a great idea. It's just unfortunately the channel is not big enough for that. Unfortunately,
yeah. We don't make enough money.
If we had the following that Pub Sports did, then absolutely we could do one. Absolutely. The only thing is we have 4,000 subscribers. They have about 100,000 now. So it's just we're unable to play to that scale. So unfortunately.
What was his record yesterday?
I don't remember, honestly. I know you were I have it right here. 6-2 up 8.4 units. Sorry. 6-2 up 8.4 units.
There you go. Cavs spread. Thanks, stupid basketball. Cavs by 9. Cavs first half. NBA playoffs is just as boring as the regular season. There's been some good games. It hasn't been as ugly as past years. Team total over for the Cavs. Cavs no. I don't know what to bet in this game. I took the under. Any part for Bronco against Jack Party? What? I'm sorry, Brett. Let me look at. Are the Astros are playing today? Jack Flaherty versus Ronald Blanco. Wow. Okay. No, I don't know yet. We will talk about that game later. Not everything is about the Astros. Darius Garland, Big Toe needs kissing. Okay. Sup from the Amec in between Raleigh and what the? Hold on. Are you being serious right now? Lex. Are you actually? Dude, I'm going to, if that's the case, I'm going to have to text you and say, hey, make a stop at Costco today. Because if you're actually in town and you're just telling us now, man, you got to make a stop at Costco. Say hi to me. No, wait, Cavs public. Game 4, very smart take. Why isn't the line minus 14? Because it's in Miami. It's in Miami. I promise you I won't be watching the NBA. No, a month shows more than just a lucky weekend. A month is perfect.
Exactly.
Coyote when they're up 3-0 in the first to 4, and you don't see them trying. Okay. The weekend contest for a shirt, please. Yeah, once again, we talked about it. Aubrey, it's a good idea. You supply the prize for the weekend, and I'll help manage it. There you go. Not saying they won't cover it, but they won't be trying. I got you. Same thing. Let's find out Aubrey's. No. Thanks, Nick. Lex put in. There you go. Coyote picks. Are you saying I should join the contest? Yes. You should. Yeah. If anybody's asking him. No, you're in it to win it. Who's the Browns quarterback this year? It will not be Shedeur Sanders.
No, it's probably Kenny Pickett.
I told you yesterday I was dropping off a car in Charlotte and returning to VA today. Dude, then come in here. Come on. I love when Earls flip out at the chat. Okay. 1 hour driving, 6 hours. I got you. Who's coming to Las Vegas with me? Nope. Nope. I wish. Victory, they're always flipping out. We're not flipping out. We're passionate. All right, Nick. Second NBA game.
Yeah. We have the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. The Warriors are minus 3.5, minus 4 with a total of 203. The Warriors lead the series 2-1. Line opened up at a 4. It's back to a 4. It did get down to a 3.5. Line opened up 202.5. It's now 203. So move towards the over here in this one. 70% of tickets and 69% of cash on the under. Wow. And then we have 70% of tickets and 62% of cash on the Warriors here in this game. The line's really not moving too much. Kind of think we see points in this game. That would be my lean in this spot, would maybe be towards the over in this spot. But this was not one that I was really interested in betting. And once again, I'll be entering an NBA card with the Heat and only the Heat. So we'll see how that works out. But for me, I'm not going to be betting this game.
Sounds good. I'm going to be on the Warriors. I'm going to be on the Warriors in this one. I just think that they take a 3-1 series. I said in the beginning of the series that they win the series in 6. It does suck for the Rockets that the fact that they were as good as they were this year, and then they get stuck with the Warriors in the first round that are on a resurgence since Jimmy Butler came in. I do see the Rockets as a team that next year could realistically win the West. They're a very young team. And I feel like with this team, I think they have a very bright future. Just can't do anything with them right now. I think the Warriors take the series. I grabbed the Warriors minus 3.5 in this one, Nick.
Yeah, I understand the Warriors look there. I've been more pro Rockets than pro Warriors this series, which obviously have been wrong. But it's once again not a game I'm getting involved with. I'll just ride with the Heat today.
Rockets, I'm on the opposite side. Warriors come out to play. I'm going for the Rockets. Shocker, you're a Houston person. Cavs and Warriors money line is parlayed today. Minus 1.6. I don't hate it, honestly. Only minus 3.5 seems like a trap. No,
everything seems like a trap to you.
No, the fact that they're the 7 seed, Houston was the better team. No, it's not a trap. Warriors minus 3.5 favorite play. I want to take the Warriors, but situation deems Rockets. What a low total. The total makes sense. Warriors, Butler's questionable. I feel like the books want to make that parlay. Drew is the trap. Yes, Drew is the trap. Let's head to baseball.
Yeah, let's get started. The New York Mets taking on the Washington Nationals. Mets minus 155 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. It's a 4:05 game for those who want a little bit of afternoon action to get you through your day. Take a look at the cash flow. Let's take a look at the line history on this one here. I'm waiting for the line history to load. So we have 84% of tickets and 86% of the cash is on the New York Mets. 60% of the tickets and 72% of the cash on the over. We have Griffin Canning taking on Trevor Williams in this game. Let's take a look at the line history, see if it's loaded up. It has. We are seeing 10s across the board now. Line opened up at a 158, it's now 155. So we have a slight move towards the Natties. And then we have this line opening up at a 9, up to a 9.5, now to a 10. So a full run line movement up towards the over. In this one here, Griffin Canning at 3.12 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 3.81 walks per 9, is 3.19 BABIP, a 3.3 FIP, and a 3.7 for this year. On the flip side, we have Trevor Williams, 5.95 ERA, 1.63 WHIP, 7.32 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 2.75 walks per 9, 3.59 BABIP, a 4.3 FIP, and a 4.29 SIERA. So the pitching edge does go towards Griffin Canning. The bullpen edge goes towards the Mets. The hitting edge does go towards the Natties, though. 104 WRC plus versus righties, which is 21st, which is 16th, compared to the Mets, who are 21st at 98 WRC plus. I'm going to refresh to see what the bullpen situation is here. I feel like the Mets bullpen situation is a little tricky right now because AJ Minter just went onto the IL, and they used up a decent amount of bullpen yesterday. Diaz did not throw yesterday, very notably. Brazaban through 25, Stanek through 20, Buteau through 17. So it looks like Danny Young, Reed Garrett, Edwin Diaz, Max Kranick are probably going to be available for today in the bullpen. So that's not terrible. For the Nationals, Rutledge is throwing back-to-back days. So is Lucas Sims. Colin Poche threw 13. Jorge Lopez threw 5 yesterday. So they didn't use too much of their bullpen. Jorge Lopez should be available to go again. I don't know if Cole Henry or Eduardo Salazar will be available. Henry threw 25 on Saturday, and Salazar threw 30 on Saturday. But Ferrier should be available. Poche should be available. Finnegan should be available. So looks like bullpens are both fully rested, ready to go. I kind of feel like this is a spot where both these starters are a little bit more vulnerable than the bullpens are, if that makes sense. This line's gone from a 5 -110 to a 5 -125. The line's slightly gone towards the Mets in the first 5, though. -135, now 140 in the for the Mets in the first 5. So the market's suggesting the Mets more likely to win the first 5 in the full game, which is interesting with the way the market's moving. This has the feel of a first 5 over to me because these bullpens now the Nationals bullpen sucks. That's one thing. If you want the Nationals bullpen involved in a full game over, I don't blame you. The only problem is for me is the full game over has gone up a full run. So that's kind of one thing that I don't like betting into is when the line moves a full run up. Betting an over there. I like only half run line movements. It's weird, but it is what it is. For me, it is a lean towards a first 5 over and maybe a first 5 Mets run line in this game. Maybe they look to bounce back early in this game after whatever the fuck that was yesterday. So for me, it would be a Mets first 5 or a first 5 over if I'm looking at anything in this spot. I think that we could see Trevor Williams get hit a little bit here.
I'm on it. I'm sorry. Bounce back spot for the Mets after yesterday's game. That was ugly. That was a complete meltdown, and I just don't see that happening again. Although, don't get me wrong, this is a Reds team that I said was going to – sorry, not Reds. Nationals team that I said was going to be good. So this is – so I'm high on this Nationals team, and now they're back to 2 games under 500. But this is a good – I feel like this could be a good Nationals team. Now, for their standards. I'm not saying that they're – I did take them to make the playoffs. I don't actually think they're going to make the playoffs. The NL is just so loaded in that league. If they were playing in the American League, they probably could make the playoffs. But this is a Nationals team that I was high on coming into the year. So did them winning the first 2 out of 3 against the Mets shock me after the Mets just swept the Phillies? No, it was not surprising to me. Although the way it happened yesterday was a little bit surprising. But I think this is a bounce back spot for the Mets. I took their run line, even money.
Yeah, I want the Mets, and I would lead Mets in this game. You could get a first 5 run line at -105, even money over on BetMGM. Maybe that's that. Maybe this is a very similar spot yet to yesterday, where we had, where I wanted to fade Randy Vasquez. I would like to fade Trevor Williams, I think. And his numbers are not great. That bullpen is not great either. The fact that the markets are suggesting the Mets are more live first 5 in full game, I'm kind of thinking to go the same plays on this game that I did yesterday in the Orioles game. And that's first 5 over and first 5 run line. I am going to move on both. Mets first 5 run line and even money. Mets Natty's first 5 over 5. I think the Mets jump out and are able to hit Trevor Williams, and that's the way I'm going to focus on this game. I didn't think I would be fading the Nationals only first 5 this year at all, but the way the markets are moving suggests to me that this is more of a first 5 game than it is a full game thing for me. So I'll take a shot here at the Mets in the first 5 -1/2 and the first 5 over.
Let's roll with the Mets. We'll visit y'all in 2 months when I can come back. Thought y'all were in ECU. Nick's in ECU. I'm in Raleigh. So, if Butler in, yes. I like the Rockets. Warriors -3.5 has won in 16 out of the last 21 meetings against the Rockets. Now it's money line. The over 10. No skipping this game. Like the Mets, but no value. Nats come back and win yesterday. Come back win the game yesterday on the Nats. I think I'm just going to stay off and saying go Nats. Who's got the balls to back Canning, who's been looking too good? The thing is, I don't think he's been looking too good. I think he had the potential once he got off of that ugly Angels team. I like Cannon, so lean Mets. Mets first 5. Happy Trevor Williams Day. Yo, Nats killing it, and also parlays for people fading them. Let's trust the trend and fade the public. Nats money line now. Mets hit good versus righties. Nick?
98 WRC plus, which is 21st in baseball. But I think Trevor Williams is a negative regression candidate.
There you go. Haven't put picks in 2-3 days. Going back to the Nats and putting them in. Okay. Mets team total over 5.5 might be a lean for me. So hopefully I'm still top 2 or 3 in the contest. My nickname is Rolly, same as Raleigh. What's 98 WRC plus mean? I think the average is
2% lower than average. 100 WRC plus is average, and 110 WRC plus is 10% above the average.
There you go. Isn't it Mackenzie Gore? Don't go back. No, they're going against Trevor Williams today. Nick, it's Gavin Day.
Yes, it is. Gavin Williams and what was the other side here? It's no, I remember. Yeah, Bailey Ober. That's what it was. We have the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians. -125 for the Guardians. Total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have. Let's take a look. Why won't this load? Come on. When we wait for that to load, let's head over to the cash flow, where we have 73% of tickets and 79% cash coming on the Twins in this game. The line is, I don't have the line movement at the moment. 94% tickets, 93% cash is on the over in this one here. Let's see if the line history will load now. No. Of course it won't. Cool. Let's take on this matchup and hope that it'll load eventually. There we go. It finally loaded. Line opened up 118 for Cleveland. It's down -125, so we do move towards those Guardians. Line opened up at a 7.5, juice towards the over -120, and the 8. It's down 8 at -118. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Bailey Ober and Gavin Williams. Ober 5.04 ERA, 1.44 WHIP, 8.28 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 2.52 walks per 9, a 3.24 BABIP, a 4.75 FIP, and a 4.14 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Gavin Williams, 4.15 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 4.15 walks per 9, a 2.84 BABIP, a 4.41 FIP, and a 4.08 SIERA. The bullpen edge going towards Cleveland. The hitting edge going towards Cleveland, 106 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 101, which is 19th. I've cashed a couple times lately with the Minnesota Twins. That was at home against the Angels, though. This is a different matchup, as we have Gavin Williams pitching okay. I do expect better from Williams. I do think that the pitching advantage is with Cleveland, with Williams in this spot. It's just, do I want to take a shot with Cleveland? I read that wrong. 73% tickets and 79% cash on Cleveland. The lines move towards them. It's not a game I'm going to get involved with, personally. I would lean towards them, the Guardians, but I am not gun-ho on it, though. So this will be a pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gavin. I think at the end of the day, he's going to be a solid pitcher. He's coming off of a good start in his last one, 6 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 8 strikeouts against the Yankees, and a 6-4 win. So that was really nice to see Gavin Williams beat the Yankees. So that's good to see. The Guardians are actually 3-2 in his starts, and all 3 starts that he's won, they covered the run line. And not to mention, this is a Twins team that I'm not super high on, although they have been playing better as of late. They just swept the Angels. So Woot woot. They swept the Angels. The Angels are crap. But I like the Guardians here. I think you could run line it. I wonder if you could find a good price on it. If I can get Guardians money line under 125, it could be a look. I can get Guardians at 125, 122. I like the Guardians here.
I don't like them enough to play them, but it would be the only side I would look at. I do think this Guardians team is an undervalued team for what it is worth. But is this a spot where I feel the need that I have to force action on this game? Not particularly. Not everything correlated for me here to back the Guardians.
Fair enough. Let's go back to the chat. Huge showdown, right? 5 likes and 15 people watching. Leave a like. There you go. What's the numbers on the Indians to win the series? I don't know. Taking the Twinkies in the spot. Cleveland -1.5. Twins are terrible. Guard spot. Twins off of a sweep. Fade them. I like that. J-Ram. You know I like J-Ram. I still think J-Ram is one of the most underrated players in baseball. Indians, yes. If you don't leave a like, your mama a hoe. What are the Twins and Guardians WRC plus versus righties, Nick?
Cleveland 106 WRC plus, which is 13th. The Guardians 101, which is 19th. Both teams are above average, but less than 10% above average. 6% above average for the Guardians. 1% for the Twins. So both of them are average against righties, slightly above.
There you go. Twins finally hitting everyone here. Liking the Guardians, probably going to have an increased bet from mine. There you go. Indians first 5. I would guess the Twins WRC plus is worse than the Mets.
No, the Mets have 3% WRC plus worse against. Keep in mind also, these are park adjusted as well. So just the Rockies, just because they play in Coors, is not the best WRC plus. They are park adjusted as well, which is actually gives you a better read on the teams.
Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Ain't the Twins bullpen taxed?
Let me take a look. Give me 2 seconds. The Minnesota Twins bullpen. Loading. No. Justin Topa threw 27 pitches yesterday. Everyone else had the day off. Louis Varland did throw on Friday and Saturday, 20 on Friday, 19 on Saturday. Griffin Jacks threw 19 on Saturday. Everybody else has had basically 2 days off. Duran and Stewart threw 7 and 6 on Saturday. So, no, the bullpen for the Twins is not taxed. They all had a day off yesterday. It kind of was a reset day other than Topa throwing 27 pitches, which they can survive without Topa.
There you go. Are the Twins actually going to trade Duran? No, I don't think so.
If they step him up, absolutely.
Twins team total under.
If you're that far out of the playoffs, you trade bullpen arms. Pretty simple. Bullpen arms are the most volatile position in baseball. If they have any value and you're not a good team, you trade bullpen arms away. Absolutely. If they're sellers at the deadline, Griffin Jacks and Yohan Duran are two players I'm looking to trade.
Guardians plus 170 to win series. I don't think it's that. Oh! It's a 4-game series. Heard. OPS last 10. Twins 5th against righties. Guardians 16th. Let's head to this one, Nick.
Yeah, I can understand using OPS. For me, when I'm looking at offensive stats, I look for WRC plus for team stats. I use OPS for players. That's kind of where I use because it kind of judges. I think OPS is a better individual stat than it is a team stat personally. But that's just and that's to each their own. Everybody caps differently. I know a lot of people like using OPS for team stats. I prefer using them for player stats. But we'll move on. Here in this one, we have quite a matchup here where we have the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. The line opened up 116 for the Yankees. It's now 126 for them. Line opened up 9.5 at -125. It's now 9 at -115. So we do move towards this under in this spot. 78% tickets, 71% cash on the over, 78 and 85 is on the Yankees in this game here. Taking a look at the pitching matchup in this one here, where we have Tomoyuki Sugano versus Will Warren. Will Warren, a 4.79 ERA, 1.26 whip, 9.15 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 4.35 walks per nine, a 259 BABIP, a 3.7 FIP, and a 4.03 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Tomoyuki Sugano with a 3.43 ERA this year and a 1.29 whip. Not bad. 3.43 walks per nine, a 9% walk rate. That's terrible. 2.14 walks per nine, a 261 BABIP, but a 5.6 FIP and a 5.30 SIERA. He might be one of the luckiest pitchers in baseball, Tomoyuki Sugano, so far. This guy should have an ERA in the fives. He's thrown to a mid-3. He is going to get hit. And I think the Yankees absolutely take advantage of that. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Yankees. These are two solid bullpens, though. And both these teams are hitting righties really hard. The New York Yankees this season, 128 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball against righties. And the Orioles are 120 WRC plus, which is 5th against righties. Both these teams smash right-handed pitching. And I think that this is regression day for Tomoyuki Sugano. And I'm kind of interested in doing the same thing that I did with the Mets earlier and what I did with the Tigers yesterday. And I'm kind of interested in taking the Yankees first 5 and the first 5 over. This line's moved towards the Yankees in the first 5 as well. I want to strictly fade Tomoyuki Sugano. So is that a first 5 money line for the Yankees at -130, or is that a first 5 team total over for the Yankees? Which that first 5 team total over is 2.5 -125. If they win the first 5, I think they put up 3 against Sugano. And I think that's the way I would like to approach this here, is a double up here in the first 5. First 5 team total over 2.5 for the Yankees. And first 5 over 5 -115 over on Bet365. I think that's the way I'm going to target fading specific starting pitchers that I project for negative regression, like I did with Randy Vasquez yesterday with the opponent team total over in the first 5 over. I want to target those. And I would like to do that here in this spot. I want to take a look because I think I've done it a couple times, these first 5 team total overs, and they've been more recently. I'm kind of interested to see game periods, first half, bet types. It would be a game prop here. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that to see what it's been as of late. But I feel like this could be a good way to fade a pitcher that I project for some major negative regression. Is opponent team total overs in the first 5.
I just took the over. I know that it has not been going well as of late. If the Yankees are anything this year, they'll score runs against Sugano. And I'm hoping that the Orioles can put up some runs. The Orioles have actually gone under in 5 out of the last 6 games. So it's now 14-10-3. Still profitable, still up money. And I think at the end of the year, it's still going to be really, really big money. Because we're just going to continue to fade the Orioles pitching, and hopefully their bats wake up. It's an Orioles team that's 7 games under 500. Good call on them to miss the playoffs, Nick.
It's a good start to it. It's a very, very good start, but there's still plenty of season left, and that lineup is still deadly. Just their starting pitching sucks, and hopefully for the Orioles, they can get Grayson Rodriguez back soon.
Yeah, but Orioles aren't doing anything this year. Fair. I see them winning 3 out of 4 match put. There you go. And hey, and if as long as there's no push option, then Nick. There's going to be something that you're going to be interested in for this game, though, because the Yanks are off of a doubleheader.
Oh, so this is a Will Warren over outs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Toronto as well. So it'll be where is
Toronto's not playing today.
Nope, it doesn't. So yeah, it'll be Will Warren over outs as well. Let me go ahead and grab that. I totally forgot that as well. But yeah.
Over Yanks first 5. I got the Yanks at -119. Put a 4th. There you go. Yankees run line going back to what made me cash. Orioles team total under. Not much player props I like for today. I only have 3. Orioles money line, That's been my bread and butter. There you go. How did the Orioles -1.5 every game end last year? It ended great. Jackson Holiday skipped college baseball. Yes, he did. Because if you're playing college baseball, you have to play at least 3 years. He got drafted first overall out of high school, so he didn't need to play in college. Nick, this will probably be the last game I get to talk to you with.
Yeah. By the way, the Will Warren outs prop is going to be the same. It's the same situation as the Kyle Freeland one. I have to wait because they don't have it available right now. All they have is earned runs, hits, walks, wins, strikeouts, and walks. So unfortunately, that is not an available option for me at the moment. But we will continue on here. But I will post that up on community tab. When I do get it, I will keep an eye on it because that is a 6:35 game. So hopefully that'll be up and available soon. So yes, keep an eye on the community tab. Keep an eye on my Twitter because I will post them on both there as well. I will be on Will Warren over outs. I'm just waiting for that line to become available. Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals -115 for the Reds, total of 9 in this game. We have a pitching matchup of Nick Martinez and Andre Palante. As I just realized, I still have the first 5 line history up in this one here. Let's take a look at the there we go. Line opened up 115. It's now 116 for the Reds. Line opened up 9 at even money. It's now 9.5 at -110. So move towards the over here as well. We have 63% tickets and 59% cashes coming in on the Reds. 79 and 87s on the over in this one here. We have Andre Palante, 4.05 ERA, 1.28 whip, 5.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 3.38 walks per 9, a 235 BABIP, a 5.39 FIP, and a 3.84 SIERA. On the flip side, Nick Martinez, 5.4 ERA, 1.39 whip, 7.76 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 3.04 walks per 9, a 3.04 BABIP, a 4.26 FIP, and a 4.28 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Cardinals. Hitting edge goes towards the Cardinals. 108 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 104, which is 15th. Game that I'm most likely not getting involved with. The market suggests that the Reds are probably the side. However, they are coming in off of a series against the Rockies at Coors Field. And generally, I don't like backing teams coming off of Coors Field series. So that is something that will probably keep me off. And Nick Martinez is not the same pitcher that I backed basically game in and start in and start out last year. He has not looked particularly good. It looks like he got his qualifying offer and is fucked off basically. He doesn't, and he has just regressed this year. So unfortunately, he is basically. I think he's basically off my rotation at this point. I'm not as high on Nick Martinez anymore. He has really struggled so far this year, and I think I need to find a pitcher to place him in my rotation because he's just not in anymore for me personally. And I just got to find out who that player is going to be to replace him in my rotation. But for me, it is a pass.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up ending my show card with a pass. Although I feel like it is a lean towards Cardinals for me. And the only reason why is the Reds are coming off of not only a Coors Field, but they're coming off of a 9-game road trip. And this is their first game back at home after a 9-game road trip. St. Louis probably feeling good after winning 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee, although they did lose yesterday 7-1. And previous to that, they had lost 6 out of 7 games in the NL East to the Mets and to the Braves. I kind of like. I think St. Louis is the side for this one. I think they're. I think it's a kind of a weird spot for the Cincinnati Reds because they get to come home. They play obviously St. Louis for 4, Washington for 3, and then back out on the road. I would lean Cardinals here, Nick.
Fair. I slightly lean the other way, but obviously not any conviction in this game whatsoever.
Yeah. Reds run line. McLean over an RBI. Reds money line. Cardinals money line. Cardinals money line. Cardinals better WRC plus versus Nick Martinez.
Yep.
Reds run starts here. You think the Reds are going to go on a run Okay, I don't. Lean cards, but not touching this one. I truly enjoy hearing bad stuff. Okay. Reds team total over. Reds coming off a road trip. I'm fading Cardinals on the road. How are the Cardinals on the road?
Terrible.
2-11 on the road. Oh, geez,
yeah.
I just noticed that. But hold on, let's look. Against the Mets, who are currently the best team in baseball, Atlanta, which is going to be a good team, and Boston, who is going to be one of the best teams one of the better teams in the American League at the end of the year. So the Reds are definitely in the lower side of the teams that they play. This is probably the worst team that they've had to play on the road. I felt calm about the Reds -1.5 too. Yeah, but they didn't play anybody. All right, Nick. I do have to head out so I can get to work. But I will be listening until I'll be listening. So I'll put the rest of the plays up on the site. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Appreciate it. We'll continue on. We have we have 4 games left in baseball, and then we have 2 games left in the and then we have the NHL games. We have the Texas Rangers and the Oakland Athletics -110 for the Rangers, total of 9 in this game. Taking a look, we have Patrick Corbin taking on JP Sears. Line open up -107 -104 for the Rangers, now 107. Line open up 9 at -130. It's now 9 at -110. So we do have a move towards the under. We have a slight move towards the Rangers, suggesting that Patrick Corbin pitches okay. 52% of tickets, 62% of cash down the under. So not a public over, but sharp money still coming on the under. 68% of tickets and 69% of cash is coming in on the Rangers here. This one in this game. We have JP Sears, 3.13 ERA, 1.09 whip, 7.04 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 1.96 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 4.07 FIP, and a 4.19 SIERA. On the flip side, Patrick Corbin, 3.77 ERA, 1.53 whip, 6.28 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 3.14 walks per nine, a 3.11 BABIP, a 5.4 FIP, and a 4.56 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Texas. Hitting edge goes towards the Athletics, 128 WRC plus, which is 4th versus lefties. They smash lefties. And the Rangers struggle against left-handed pitching. This is the only matchup with left-handed pitching today. Every other game has nothing but righties, but this one has nothing but lefties. So if you are a fan of the Southpaw and you want to see some left-handed pitching tonight, this is your game right here. And this is your only game right here. But for me in this spot, I am really not interested in it. I really wanted to back my GOAT, Patrick Corbin. But it's just not one of those spots that I feel overly confident in. Slightly towards the under, I think that we could see both these pitchers throw okay. Slightly towards the Rangers in this game as well, but no play here. Let's see. Reds bullpen terrible. Yeah, they have a pretty bad bullpen. Let's go Costco, Cost Company. A's -1.5, -2.5. Wow. Okay. Patrick Corbin props, but the Rangers are dumpster fire. Fair. Texas money line, A's money line, or first 5 under 4.5. That's not bad luck. More -108. Under Rangers money line. Yes. A's have better WRC plus. I heard that right. Yes. They have a significant edge there. 128 WRC plus against lefties compared to 86 for the Rangers. So yes, definitely an advantage for the A's there against left-handed pitching. That one. And then Blade over half a double. There you go. Let's keep it going here. 3 games remaining in the MLB. We have the Houston Astros and the Detroit Tigers, -115 for the Astros. Astros total of 7.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here. We have this line opening up at a pick'em, and now it's -120 Houston. It reopened up yesterday or this morning at -103, and it's moved towards Houston. So just a straight move towards Houston. Line opened up at an 8, -125 to the under. Now it's 7.5, -125 to the under. So we've had a move towards the under here as well. We have 72% of tickets and 60% of cash on the over. That's this line's moving towards the under. 60% of tickets, 59% of cash on the over. Is on the Tigers in this one, my bad. And the line's moving towards the Astros, suggesting to me the Astros are probably the side in this one. You just have to trust Ronald Blanco on this one here, which I don't really trust. Flaherty, 2.63 ERA, 1.02 whip, 11.2 strikeouts per nine, which is 31%, 2.96 walks per nine, and 250 BABIP, but 306 FIP and a 3 SIERA. On the flip side, Ronald Blanco, 5.01 ERA, but a 1.37 whip, 7.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 4.63 walks per nine, a 262 BABIP, but 4.53 FIP and a 4.78 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Astros in this one here. And the hitting edge goes towards the Tigers, though, 107 WRC plus, which is 11th compared to 86, which is 25th. So we do have an edge there with the pitching edge goes towards Detroit. The hitting edge goes to Detroit. The bullpen edge is with the Astros in this game. Now, the market is suggesting that the Astros are the side in this game. I just can't get to it. And I wanted to see a little bit more from the Astros here in this spot, and I don't trust Blanco. Blanco has been one of those pitchers that I said was going to have some negative regression this year, and he absolutely has. So ultimately, a no play here for me. I wanted to take a shot at the Astros here. I just can't get to it, so it's a pass. Are we still doing the Oriole first 5 over? I'm on it. I'm on it as well as the Yankee team total over in the first 5, 2.5 minus 115. I do think Tomoyuki Sagano gets hit. Rangers first 5 money line, even money, and Astros money line. All right. Tigers race to 3. Tigers money line first 5. I can see that. Tigers money line. Astros are passed. Yeah, I do lean Astros first 5 under 4.5. I can see that as well. 2 games remaining. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Colorado Rockies. We're in Coors Field for this one. Total, all right, minus 170 for the Braves. Total 10.5. Bryce Edler taking on Ryan Feltner. This line opened up at a 165. It's now 166. Line opened up at a 10.5 down to a 10. So we've moved towards the under. We have moved towards the Braves. Only a penny towards the Braves with 86% of tickets and 91% cash on them. Not interested in Atlanta laying this number whatsoever. But we have 33% tickets and 59% cash on the under, and yet this line's moving towards the under in this game here from the 10.5 down to a 10. German Marquez taking on Bryce Edler. Edler's been not good at all. 7.2 ERA, 1.53 whip, 6 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 3 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, a 703 FIP, and a 4.39 SIERA. German Marquez, terrible. 8.27 ERA, 1.84 whip, 6.06 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%, 4.41 walks per nine, and 364 BABIP, a 4.92 FIP, and a 5.06 SIERA. Braves have the bullpen edge, but I mean the Rockies bullpen's terrible, and the hitting edge does go towards the Braves in this game. 107 WRC plus, which is 12th against righties, and German Marquez 67 WRC, or the Rockies 67 WRC plus, dead last versus righties. I mean, at a total of 10, the way the Rockies are hitting, there's no way I can back a under or an over in this game at all. The question is, do you want to back an under in this spot? And I kind of do. And I think the way to do that is to back a Colorado team total under, because this Colorado team is not hitting, and we can see that in the price. Okay, there's a reasonable price here in this one for a 4.5 at minus 130. I think that this Braves staff, I think Bryce Edler can come out here and pitch okay. His advanced metrics are suggest that he should be a little bit better, and I think this is absolutely a team that he can take advantage of in this spot. I'm getting 4.5 minus 130 over on Bet365. I'll take Colorado team total under. That's the way I'll go here. Colorado team total under 4.5 minus 130 in this spot for me. Astros team total under, fair. I'm going to sprinkle a little on the Marlins, fair. Dodger run line, Max Muncy over half an RBI. Rocks money line, Braves run line, Braves first 5 under 5.5. I can definitely get behind a first 5 under as well. We'll move on though. Final game on the MLB card: the Dodgers taking on the Marlins. Minus 260 is the line here. 260, 265 for the Dodgers. Total of 8.5. It did open up at a minus 300 fade, minus 310, and it's come all the way down. So it's no longer minus 300 fade. Line opened up 8.5 minus 105. It's now 8.5 minus 120. So we do have a move towards the Marlins and a move towards the over, suggesting that Dustin May is vulnerable in this game. We have 95% of tickets and 87% of the cash is on the Dodgers. The line's moving towards the Marlins. 88% of tickets and 91% of cash on the over. Line is moving towards the over. In this one here, Edward Cabrera, 6.14 ERA, 1.43 whip, 11.05 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 4.91 walks per nine, a 270 BABIP, a 5.07 FIP, and a 3.93 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Dustin May, 3.68 ERA, 1.18 whip, 7.77 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 3.68 walks per nine, a 254 BABIP, a 3.12 FIP, and a 4.03 SIERA. The bullpen advantage is significant towards the Dodgers. So is the hitting edge, 112 WRC plus, which is 7th against righties, compared to 92, which is 22nd. I think we could see a decent performance out of Edward Cabrera in this game, and that's what the markets are kind of suggesting as well. Even though the line's moving towards the over, the public's all over the over. All the money's on the over, so the line moving towards the over is not surprising. And which I think leads to a little bit more of a more volatile type of spot here for a game where if you're looking, maybe you take a first five money line instead of a plus a half. Plus 190 for the Marlins in the first five. Now this game's at 10-10, so I can sit back and think about this for a minute. But that'd be where I'd look, is trying to get in and out with the Marlins quick. And that would be the only way I would approach this game, would be the Marlins in the first five at plus 190. It's a small lean towards that at the moment, but I don't know if I'm getting involved with it. I think at that time I'll be paying attention to the Avalanche. So it looks like for me, I'll have 5 plays in the MLB from 3 different games. I'll be doubling up on the Mets first 5 run line and over, the Yankees team total over first 5 and the full game over, the first 5 over, and then the Rockies team total under. And I lean Marlins first 5 in this game, but not what I'm going to get involved with. I'm riding that team total under, Nick. There you go. Colorado Nerfy, I can see that. Might do under 3.5 for plus money. All right. Cash cow, never mind. Yeah, no. It's moved towards the still like the Dodgers. Over 1.5 first inning. All right. I'll be on the next game when Sandy is pitching. Fair. Over 8.5 is why this is an 8. Over 8.5. Why is this an 8.5? It's going to be like 25 of runs of Ohtani plays. If Ohtani plays, yeah. Link for contest. Oh, not in the description. Damn it. Yep. Let me put that in the description as well. Let me grab that real quick. And it will go in the description of the video as well. So yes, here is that, and let me put that in the description of the video below. There we go, and hit save. Or it's not working. Okay, I have to do it through YouTube. Okay, I'll have to do it through the YouTube studio. I'll have to do it this way real quick. So let me do that before we head into hockey. Let me quickly go boom, and there we go. Save. It should be in the description of the contest below, or it should be in the description too. Dodgers team total over. Dodgers cash cow. Not a cash cow. Lions moving against them. First 5 over. Marlins team total over. 3.5 lean. I don't hate that. That's a nice way to go at it. Ohtani home run. There's the contest link. Okay, good luck. Contest standings. Yes, you are currently second. Third. My bad. You're third. You're behind Craig Wood, and you're behind me. You're third. You're 45 and 39, up 8.93 units. Craig Wood is 22, 11, and 3, up 10.86 units. I'm 127, 112, and 16, up 12.54 units. So that is the contest standings there. Let's get into some NHL. We have 2 games in the NHL. We'll get it started here. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. We have the Panthers minus 145 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. And for me, I took a shot with the Lightning again in this one at plus 120. This series, the one thing I've kind of picked up on it, gives a weird vibes at the road teams. That the road teams like the pressure a little bit. I mean, the road teams have won all 3 games so far, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay comes into Florida and steals this one too. This is a same state rivalry, so it doesn't take much for Tampa fans to travel to Sunrise and vice versa. So that's something to keep in mind as well, is that this could be one of those series where the crowds are 50-50 splits potentially here. And for me in this spot, the Lightning have their backs up against the wall still. They're down 2-1 in the series. I'll look for them to push here and take game 3 or take game 4. I was on them in game 3. I was on them in 1 and 2 as well, but we won't talk about that. But I'm going to be on them here in game 4 as well. Tampa Bay plus 120 for me in this one. Draw and Cats. I'm getting back to second today. There you go. Draw straight and the draw Cats same game parlay. Yeah, that makes sense. If I have a team that goes to overtime, I'll lose anyway. So yeah, Panthers and Stars. I'm against you completely. Panthers puck line. Bennett over half a point. So Cirelli will play. There you go. Plus 102 for that. Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal. Fair. Final game on the card. This line moved a little bit on. It's moved in my favor. We have the Dallas Stars taking on the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche minus 135, minus 140 favorites. Total 6 in this game. And I don't think it's too much of a secret here. The Colorado Avalanche are, I think, by far the better team in this series. Now the series is tied 2-2. The Avalanche wins in the series were dominating wins. 5-1 in game 1, 4-0 in game 4. The Stars wins were overtime wins, 2-1 in game, or 4-3 in game 2, and 2-1 in game 3. One thing we've seen in this series, though, is we've had overs in Dallas, unders in Colorado. And I'm going to play into that a little bit here. I've doubled up on the Avalanche tonight. This is my big investment on the night. I'm on the Avalanche on the minus 135 money line is what I got last night. Let's see what the best available number is now. Because if need be, this might have to be a -1 spot. You can get minus 140 if you want. If you don't mind squeezing the juice there, it's minus 140. Or for those who don't want that, plus 117 for the -1 line, minus 140 on the money line, plus 180 on the puck line if you're looking for that, or plus 180 on the puck line if you think they just take care of business here in this one. I have the team total over 3.5 here at plus 120 as well. So I laid a little bit of juice on the money line, took a little bit of plus money on the team total. I'm on the team total over 3.5 for the Avalanche. This has been a higher scoring series in Dallas than it has been in Colorado. And I would probably look towards maybe a Dallas team total under in game 5 if it heads back to, or in game 6 if it heads back to Colorado with the Avalanche leading, something along those lines. But for me, I'm on the Avalanche minus 135, and I'm on the team total over 3.5 at plus 120. Avs puck line. Avs puck line. Avs over 6. I can see that. Avs team total over. Love that. Panthers and Stars. I'm completely against you there. And then also McKinnon anytime goal. Love it. Love it. But that is everything for today's card. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck.